Executing daring aerobatic manoeuvres above the skies of Peterborough, military pilots are taking to the skies in the Tony Airblade Aerobatics competition to put their piloting and aerobatic skills to the ultimate test. Sports aerobatics competitions are flown all around the world at the professional level, where pilots have to perform a series of aerobatic sequences with as much accuracy as possible, with judges on the ground scoring each aerobatic manoeuvre. This year's event is a special one, as it's the competition's 10th edition and 10 years since the competition's namesake, Sergeant Tony Ayre, became the first winner in the inaugural event in 2014. But just months after Sergeant Ayre won his gold medal, he was tragically killed in a road traffic accident whilst on leave in his hometown in Scotland. Before his death, Sergeant Ayre had begun a dream project of building his own aerobatic aircraft. His family made the decision to donate his unfinished Pitts S2 aircraft to the RAF Sport Aerobatic Association, who vowed to complete the project in his name. 10 years later, Sergeant Ayre's aircraft, named Spirit of Ayre, is now complete and is being flown at this year's competition for the very first time.
Tony was a special guy. He was a sergeant in the RAF, one of these people that would be first to any event, last to leave, always willing to help out, a massive smile on his face. A really, really, really nice man and a very dear friend actually. And to lose him was terrible. But something good has come out of all of this. Something good has come from something bad, and he deserved to have this airplane built in his name and finished. And it was a privilege and an honour actually to be asked by the Ayre family to complete this. And actually his uncle, Ian Cogden, who's been with us on a journey, has built this model as well. He brought this along today. He's made the base, so this is RAF Waddington. And actually Sergeant Ayre served on one of these airplanes here, the Century E3D, as a communications technician. But this is the airplane in full flow over RAF Waddington. Tony himself was passionate about aerobatics, hence the reason that he bought his own Pitts to complete. The day that he won that competition, he flew in a Pitts S2 himself and specifically asked to fly in the aeroplane because he knew that he'd bought his own kit and that was the airplane he was going to fly in. I know for a fact that he'd be delighted that so many people are now able to enjoy the sport of aerobatics on what is his aeroplane, the Spirit of Ayre. And just to point out, if you look at the registration, Golf Papa Uniform Lima Romeo, he purchased that registration before the airplane was really out of the box, and it translates as G puller, pulling G, which we thought was very appropriate for an aerobatic aeroplane.
This year's competition was a tight fight for the podium positions, with Flight Lieutenant Daniel O'Neill winning the Tony Airblade trophy with a score of 75% and narrow win with just 2.8% separating first and fourth.
Everyone's always so self-critical. I think this is a good opportunity to give yourself a pat on the back and say actually well done. There were areas I thought I could improve, definitely, but it all happened so quickly, and kudos to all of the competitors today. It was so challenging. It was a whole aerobatics syllabus put into half an hour, and I think everyone pulled it out of the bag today. It was incredible.
Absolutely, it was a very intense competition, and the points between myself and first, but no, the actual competition was brilliant.
Quite close at the top three. Do you know what cost you first place today?
No, I don't, to be honest. I think I can only suggest, Dan's a really good pilot, so it doesn't come to no surprise, but he did really, really well. For his first time, and sort of one of my relatively first times doing aerobatics, he did really, really well.
It is the hope that the Spirit of Ayre will be made available for service personnel to learn to fly and share in Sergeant Ayre's passion for aerobatic flight, whilst also continuing on the legacy of one of their own. Craig Tilley, Forces News, Peterborough. Thanks for watching. For more from Forces News, like and subscribe to our channel.